In this video, we are going to see a simple example of variable initialization and assignment. On the left, we have some lines of code from a Java program. We are going to execute this program line by hand, and we will use the arrow on the left to show which line we're executing. So the first line says int a. This declares a variable with the name a. We will draw a place to put the value of the variable a. This represents the fact that when we execute this line in the Java program, the computer sets aside a place in memory to hold the value of an integer. Initially, it places the value 0 into that location. So we will write a 0 in there. Now we can go on to the second line in the program. The second line in this piece of code says int b, meaning to declare a space for an integer named b. So once again, the computer sets aside a place in memory to hold a value, and because it is not given a value initially, Java places the value 0 in that place in the computer's memory. Now we can move on to the third line in the program. This line says to set the value of the variable a to 5. Currently, a contains 0, so we have to remove the 0 that is in a now, and instead place a 5 there. So now the contents of the memory location that represent the value of the variable a contains the value 5 rather than 0. Next we move on to the fourth line of the code. This line says the variable b is assigned the value of the variable a plus 1. So what the computer is going to do is first evaluate the value of a plus 1, that is to say, determine what a plus 1 evaluates to, what it computes to, in this case adds up to, and then secondly, place that value into the variable b. So let us see how we're going to evaluate the expression on the right-hand side. The expression says a plus 1. Right here. So what we're going to do then is first replace a with its value. And now we see what our expression really says is 5 plus 1. And 5 plus 1 evaluates to 6. So really what this statement says is b equals 6. So now the memory location for b, which used to hold 0, will now contain the value 6. Now we can move on to the last line of the program. So this statement says that a gets the value, the existing value of a plus the existing value of b. So first we evaluate the expression on the right, a plus b. In other words, this. And so we see that the value of a is currently 5. So we replace this a here with a 5. And then we look to see what the value of b is. The value of b is 6. So we replace b with a 6. And now we have the expression 5 plus 6. So the expression 5 plus 6 evaluates to 11. So really this statement reads A is assigned the value 11, and so we remove the 5 that was in A before and write in 11. And so at the end of this piece of code, the value of the variable A is 11, and the value of the variable B is 6. And if we were to, for example, print out A with system.out.println, that would print 11. And if we were to print out B with system.out.println, that would print out 6. So we have executed the program on a piece of paper, or in this case, a drawing of a piece of paper, and done that step by step to determine exactly what would be in the variables A and B at the end of this code.